Previously on Test C Teams.
You can catch a glimpse of Brahma atop the remains of Coriander's vessel. These lantern ships, each time they are near, you can feel your divine connection to Vars Maelis suppressed.
So he would just try to break the lantern. He would just swing on the lantern. This is hurting me. Ah.
As your brother's sword comes down through the lantern, a single bronze wing unfurls like a mainsail.
Brahma, finish the song. I'm no good to anyone. I don't want this anymore.
Her finger plucks the string, and Cthulhu, like a cloak, just falls to the deck.
She's trying to reincarnate Cthulhu. She's forming a new body for him, and she's calling his soul back from beyond into this new form.
He reaches down and revivifies your body, and then he heals it.
Sell me on this new body. What's going on with
If
this
it's
other
Walnut,
elf?
it would be a female, wouldn't it?
It's a girl.
I go in.
Yes! For real?
Yeah.
Time is the enemy, the past, it threatens the fastest weapon. You wouldn't make it past a second, and that's the question. Play it brash and reckless, or choose a cautious solution you thought was prudent. In any sepulcher, pulchritude will become the putrid. It's that wealth that I'm pursuing. No mountain too steep or dungeon too deep to send expendable marks up to the top of the peak or beneath. They see you bleed, they come like sharks to it, while I swim in that money bin like Carl Barks drew it. So send your national parks druid, I'll send them home in a natural box with a closed top and most of the parts included. Save your breath for a cleric confessor. Death is a lesson and life is a tenured professor. But if you're seeking my official advice, sign on the dotted line and initial it twice.
Yeah,
Disable.
New Jerry, who
pick up
dis?
the phone.
Yeah, oh, your phone's ringing.
Who is it?
Who is it? Hello?
I have Google Fi.
No, I don't want any.
I don't know why it's doing that.
It just lets you receive everybody's call.
Leave me alone. This is very
Maybe
hurtful.
it's Amy calling.
Yeah, is Amy calling?
Is it Amy?
Hello. I am Tycho Brahe of Penny Arcade and PAX. I'm also Ominifus Hereward Drawn, CEO of Acquisitions Incorporated. But today I'm Jeffrey K. Horcrims, your internet friend, and I'm here to play a game of Dungeons & Dragons with my friends, or at any rate, a robust subset of the totality. To my right, Dragonborn Narcissist, occasional deity, Donaar.
Oh. Who knows?
Exactly. Historically, I feel like it's vital to maintain the ritual wherever possible, and I know that, wherever she is, she'd like us. She'd like to know.
She would.
Always
in our prayers.
She'd like to know.
What do you mean?
That we were thinking of.
She's right there.
They were thinking of her.
Amy, your hair looks really good today.
Exactly. Repping the natural world, Walnut Dawn Grass Kakra.
Kakra.
And a Kakra to you.
Oh,
and
it looks just like her now.
Now it's there.
and a Kakra to you as well. To my left, not your grandma's grandma, except in those rare cases where she is your grandma's grandma, Rosie Beestinger.
You in there, Amy? Whoa.
I don't think so. I'd be surprised, honestly.
No.
You find her.
Okay, sorry.
Maybe she's enveloped in the mist shroud. To the left of my left, emerging as though from a mist shroud, Cthulhu Stroud.
No.
This isn't her.
This isn't Amy. This isn't Amy.
None of these.
There she is.
Exactly.
Oh, it was a paper bag.
Just set it aside.
That's a switcheroo.
Now, as you may be aware, gathered throng, revered Shadow Council, we have our Idle Champions partnership thing.
Yeah.
Watch me activate.
Tell me more. Tell me about it. How's it work?
I was just gonna say it's going quite well. I would say that I'm gonna hit this button and you're gonna see the bar go whoop whoop whoop.
Yep.
Jerry, I'd like to contribute. How can I be a part of this robust system?
How could you?
Donaar Blitzen, it's never been easier.
Oh, tell me more.
Well, you know, of course, that the first cauldron of every show is filled depending on the amount of Idle Champions players who accomplished Omen's challenges.
Jerry, I think we all know that.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
yeah, at this point.
Now, also, and of course, you have taken full advantage of the free chests available in chat
Yes,
Each week.
consistently.
each week.
But let's just say, for argument's sake, we don't know how to do that.
Oh, the bot will tell you. It'll give you the code right in there. You'll just, you'll just, it will reveal all. Now, but this is the main thing. So if you're doing Omen's Quest, it's pretty interesting because they get to determine the polarity of the first tip.
They being the players.
Well, indeed,
Yeah.
those who succeed
So you
in my tip.
Literally put the power into their hands.
Yeah,
How are the players?
exactly.
Yeah. Now you're playing with power.
But they can determine if it's good or bad. The first cauldron tip.
Yes.
Which
What
I
did
think
they?
is not.
What did they
super
determine today?
Sega does what Nintendo
Wouldn't
don't.
you like to know?
Yes, I would. In fact, Jerry.
Well, first
Would
of
you
all,
like to tell me?
Look at this bar.
Whoa!
Yeah. So this bar.
one
Little
short.
extra.
Yeah. So this bar's plumping up.
You guys got to stop at 69% next
Yeah, exactly. You know, you could have do better or less. Do less well. I guess 1%. But yes, the main thing that we know is that whatever is going to happen is going to be bad. They finally got there.
You know,
and not by much.
Point of order.
Yes.
Amy's been campaigning for this.
I know.
And then she's gone. How convenient.
I know.
She's gone.
Yeah.
She's gone, so she doesn't have to feel the brunt.
Yeah.
Or we can pile it on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Everyone gets. I hope all the characters get D&D bird flu. Bye for next week, by the way. It's a little convenient.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's how the episode starts.
Yeah.
She has.
Yeah, you're just shitting and puking. Roll for initiative.
She'd be immune anyway.
No, it's a situation where you're shitting on your own puke. Like that's
no.
how bad. That's how. It's a cycle.
Delicious.
It's a cycle. Now,
Like Simba.
That's my favorite.
if I could take a moment, gathered throng. When last we saw our heroes, all kinds of stuff happened. Certainly, the entire week I have spent, looking at my phone and seeing, and absorbing people's feelings.
My favorite episode we've ever done.
Really?
It was all luck, and I
know.
now regret having to follow that episode.
Yep. We really should have ended it there.
Yeah.
That should have been the last
That's
one.
why Amy's gone. There's no
done
way.
with this.
She knows. Rule number 1, leave them wanting more.
Yeah,
God.
It seems like it's going to be only 1 week, but that was her last episode ever.
She went out on top.
That's the way to do it.
She do. But when last we saw our heroes, obviously there was many things occurred. Let me give you the top line. So, the Beestinger flotilla has by and large been atomized, and where it hasn't been atomized, it's been reduced to chunks of various sizes. None of them larger, than, let's say, because you can't use sports because they don't have sports. Actually, no, they have sports. Here, hold on. I will use the table.
Oh, thank
Gonna
you.
make up a sport?
No, I don't have to.
It's on the DM screen.
I don't have to.
They've been atomized, and what haven't been atomized are eaved.
The individual pieces are no larger than a wet dwarf.
Oh, no.
That's the largest you're going to see.
Pretty small.
Yeah. And
Banana for scale.
Yeah, it's like, put the coin and then the dwarf.
Dwarven banana,
It is, and it occurred very, very quickly. In fact, almost the entire adventure took place last time in something like a combat sequence. Like we were in initiative for large portions of it.
That's true.
Cthulhu Straub leveraged his tentacular spectacular ability.
Leveraged is one word.
Of course, via the machinations of the Shadow Council, the vital energy required for this attack came by and large from Admiral Eros Beestinger, who was carried away via another. I mean, when the cauldron tips, that's also the Shadow Council moving, marshaling their force. So he has been taken from the field and taken back to what you now realize are called libraries. These are the vessels of the Tome Nooks. Each of them something like, would seem from a distance, remember we described them as something like a chandelier or a mobile, and the tiny insect-like craft, cleverly built, invisible to the Sanguilith, sort of hang from it around this coil. But probably, I mean, one of the major things that people reacted to almost certainly probably has to do with Cthulhu Straub, where after this event, after seeing just bobbing on this wake of suffering that he had for more or less since the beginning of the campaign, asked Brahma to continue playing a song that he knew would result in his annihilation. Of course, Brahma, cloaked with the holy mantle of Maelis, directed this decision toward Walnut Dawn Grass, who herself was cloaked with the mantle of Meliki. She said, yes, that was the right choice, out of love, but possibly unbeknownst to Cthulhu Straub, or Chris Straub.
Also, one and the same.
This contingency had long been discussed with me.
What?
Outside the game.
I didn't know that.
I did not know that either.
Walnut Dawn Grass has had this contingency on deck forever.
Dude, she knows how to kill all of us at this point.
You know what I mean?
She's the true obviator.
But that's the truth of it. And then leveraging a reincarnate ability, and then deeply, I would say profoundly unlikely 3% reincarnate roll, provided a new vessel for Cthulhu Straub to dwell in. This vessel, unsurprisingly, given the mystic source of its manufacture, is a female body. I bet there's not even a setting on EPA Magic to do the other thing. I would be very surprised.
Why bother?
What's the point? Just make the good one and stick it out. So, but at the same moment, it should be made very clear that after stabilizing and recollecting the divine entity inside Donaar Blitzen, Vars Maelis, the glittering dragon king of Donaar, essentially resurrected the old body. And there is, of course, a moment here where Cthulhu Straub has two apt vessels, one to return to and one to move forward with. The decision was made to enter the EPA vessel. And then the old body, ravaged as it is by the Sanguilith's dark internal attentions, by and large the physical structure of Cthulhu Straub, mostly a kind of crystal at that point, was then banished.
After being reincarnated and reanimated by, and I don't want us to make a habit of this, but a masterful DM swoop by Brian Hartman as Vars Maelis.
Yeah. Once you achieve godhood, you get to
the taste.
You get to dictate a little bit.
You get to determine certain things
Yeah.
about the flow of events. But it's vitally important to note that there's some cosmological points of order to establish. Because if the entity does not have Cthulhu Straub's spirit in it, and is essentially a kind of automaton of the Sanguilith, which is entirely why Cthulhu left it behind. The home plane of that entity, I think there's some cases you could make as to what its home plane consists of.
Yeah.
It's also vitally important to note that the old body has the possessions of the old body. And so that means, among other things, that the Lizard King...
I didn't update
Change your
the
character
image.
sheet.
Oh.
Yeah, it's easier than ever with D&D
I was just going to say...
Also, we're here live.
Also, I didn't mention at the table, if you would have taken your old body, we would have gained 2 levels. He resurrected it at level 12.
Yeah, you fucked
So
up.
you fucked up big time.
You're a piece of shit, dude.
Yeah.
Think about that.
No, I knew that, and I don't want to take a feat, and I didn't want to. It's like
I don't have to figure this out, yeah.
It's inconvenient for me
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
swell with power. But that's vitally important, is that the that body, its stuff, its cool stuff is elsewhere.
And Cthulhu's new body, when manifested, was unclothed.
Yeah, it is made from
fresh.
mystic stuff.
Okay.
Just as the first person might have been. It
Great.
isn't like when you make a first level character in WoW and you like have some stuff.
Yeah.
This is
You should start out nude in WoW. Full nude.
Yeah, honestly,
That's
Don't you? I've never
realistic.
played it.
yeah,
Really?
that's WoW classic.
It might as well be. I mean, it looks what you're wearing is dumb. So I just take it off.
I'm excited. The reason I asked about the clothing is because I am excited for 2 hours of fashion show.
Shopping, yeah.
Yes.
We do
Yeah.
a D&D montage where you go in a dressing room and come out. Yeah.
It's like,
Donaar and Rosie are like,
I want to do that one, and then Cthulhu is trying on stuff, and they come out, and it's like, no, and it's like, this is what you're going to get. I'm not going back.
don't go back
It
in.
looks
Yeah.
like it's going to be a montage. It sets it up for a montage, but it's just the one scene.
Just one.
Everyone gives a thumbs down because it just doesn't do anything.
It doesn't even pay attention, just walks out of the store.
But the best part is that, like, because the music starts as though it's going to be an extended montage. It's like a Monkeys thing.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
Love was out to get you sort of thing.
We're all on the same level
Yeah.
with this joke.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
it's a good bit.
It feels
Someone
good.
animate this.
It feels good.
Yeah, Robin.
Robin,
get on
Robin, yeah,
Fuck
you're
on
doing
this.
great stuff. Yeah.
this. You thought you were done.
So in this moment, Vars Maelis has evaporated. Donaar Blitzen has returned there, and there is a moment where when Donaar Blitzen returns, you are standing actually on up on the railing of the ship at the bow, and compressing as you do, it is difficult to maintain your footing on the front. I would love it if you would give me a athletics check
Really?
or an acrobatics
Oh
check.
my God.
either way.
a check to
Athletics?
fall off the ship.
Oh,
Yeah, which dice is it?
Amy's not here. I'm going to roll with her die.
No,
She's going to get so mad. Doesn't matter. Woo! 15.
Sanitize it. Oh, no.
I did that,
Sorry,
Amy.
It's the Wild West up in here, Amy.
Dude,
It
I was
is.
just gonna say this is this Big Brother energy.
Yeah.
is what
I'm
it
going to put all her
is.
dice in my mouth.
For the podcast, he didn't actually put them in his mouth.
God, they got very close.
But they were
Very
they were
close.
intimate.
He breathed on them.
Yeah. Now that's what your athletics
Oh,
is.
15 plus 8.
I was just gonna say it's 8. So yeah, you were able to stabilize yourself, leaning forward.
Good.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see that even now in this almost in a sleeping, dreamlike state, Brahma has returned to the surface of the deck of this ship without Admiral Erebus Beestinger. Admiral Erebus Beestinger must be someplace on the library.
Okay, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, I can help you understand absolutely any part of it. We're traversing an emotional landscape.
The thing that I would be paying the most attention to would be Cthulhu.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But let me give you all the information and this is on me. I want to make sure that you understand everything that's happening so that you can apportion your attentions to it.
Please.
Right? So the rest of these ships that this nascent godling was jumping off of and cutting apart, these are all themselves joining the wash of shrapnel from the Bee Stinger fleet. Your own vessel is in a decent place. It is very, very near to the library.
Your own vessel being the spinneret vessel that we are on.
Exactly right.
Not
The one that you have been moving from place to place in.
Coriander's a mess.
Indeed. In the distance, Coriander's proud bow is there, and there is almost like a crystalline structure being made out of daughters of Maelis who are basically clinging to it in space.
Okay.
This is what we see before us, and so when Brahma lands, her eyes open, and that the antler structure that she has worn essentially for the duration of the last game, more or less, it recedes into her temples.
Oh, I thought this was like a crown. This is now a growth?
No, it came out.
Cool.
She had earned the right to not be a queen, was overjoyed to leave it by, but you can't put it away that easily.
That's true.
And so when she lands on the deck, Walnut slumps to the right and contacts the deck.
Oh my god. Okay.
Bodily. She seems to be whispering or chanting something in her from her craw zone, and her eyes are moving beneath the lids.
Okay, I'm at her side in an instant. I have her hand. I'm
exactly.
tapping it.
So you and Brahma are the support structure
Right.
that has crystallized around her at this moment.
Just to contextualize what Rosie's going through, she just saw Donaar burst into a god and lose his natural form. Cthulhu, she snapped his neck, and so that whole situation, and has been reincarnated, but there hasn't been enough time to process that.
No,
Her
it's too
dad
much.
got splintered and sent up into space somewhere, and now Walnut is convulsing on the deck of the ship. So
It's true.
There are tears streaming down Rosie's face because just sheer panic. She's not crying. It's panic. Everything is going so wrong.
Exactly. So the first thing that she does once Brahma sees that you have her physical safety contained, Brahma is searching around on the deck, and when her hand comes up, she has Foremother in it, and she kneels down by you and says that she needs to rest. We need to bring her back. She says, Ma Elite, and then she pauses for a second, and she says, Maelis says that the spell she used is very powerful, and there are warnings against its use.
Will she be okay? Will she recover?
She pauses for a second, and you can tell that the question sort of travels through her cognition and ultimately results in her brow knitting together. And she says she has to live the lives that she changed.
Oh.
She says it's not a punishment. It's just the way that the spell works. It's the cost of it. You have to understand what you did, and you have to pay it.
So, is she living Cthulhu's life right now?
She says that will be the first.
Oh. Whoa. How long will she be like this?
She says, I don't know. I'm not.
Just like one episode?
No. She says I'm not of her people.
All right. Well, and Rosie only recently has warmed up to Brahma, so
it's new.
It's still new, and the trust is she's struggling because she's sort of a control freak about taking care, of her loved ones. So it's with incredible reluctance that she says, "Okay, please, don't let anything else happen to her, please."
You see her grip tighten on Foremother, and the blade rise slightly in preparation. And she just nods no.
Okay. And then so I put Walnut's hand on her stomach very delicately, and so it looks like she's resting.
Nice. That's what we want. That's the worst. That's the thing that you don't want to happen. You get into a situation like this, and then then you look weird.
And then your arms are all over the place. No.
Like that's not what we want.
No.
We want to avoid that at all
She
costs.
looks cute. Sure.
Exactly. So
Chalk, like a chalk outline.
yeah, just like the elbows, not right, too sharp. So Cthulhu, when you adopt willingly consciousness, directly over you is a daughter of Maelis, who you have heard called Scythe, because they're naming now. That's the new thing.
I get it. It's an old thing.
Yeah, and so we haven't really gone into their raiment for a while, and so it's probably a good time.
Because everybody loves raiment.
Right? Oh, no, that's my favorite joke. That's my favorite joke.
Yeah.
I'll never not do it. But
King of Queens.
also
a good show.
Also a television show.
Let's work it in.
Everybody
Next
hates
time.
Chris. That's another good joke.
Dude, those are the two polarities.
Yeah.
One can love Chris or hate Raymond.
That was a good show.
You might be able to do both at the same time.
It's D&D.
You're just gonna say it's anything's possible. So, essentially, because the last time we really described their garb, we hadn't gone into. I mean, that was like the first season, so it's probably worth going into a little bit about how it looks.
Yeah.
So there is an upper structure,
Ugh.
something like a. No, thank you.
Forget it.
No.
Upper structure, not on my D&D stream.
What is this? Come on.
So if I were to say, and I want to make sure that I'm collecting that we're operating in a context where everyone has agreed to do what we're talking about.
Sure, yeah.
If I were to say gorget, does everybody kind of know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
it's a beautiful top.
Yeah, it's a great top.
Gorget.
Yeah.
It's a cool hat.
Girl, you gorget today.
No, that's not. That's nope.
That's not
and
it?
So, no.
It's when you see Jay and you just ram him through with a spike.
It's like if you are jousting.
With a guy named Jay.
Yeah,
With a
yeah.
guy named Jay.
And Jay is not jousting. So
Yeah.
it's like that's the situation.
Boom.
So we're talking about the portion of the neck armor.
It is armor, though,
Here,
right?
exactly.
It's not a scarf as I've drawn. Okay.
No. So
Back to the drawing board, literally.
Yeah, you're going to be revising today.
Their deal is studded leather, where the studs themselves are dyed also. So it's just a texture essentially.
Yeah.
The gorget attaches to additional defensive pauldrons, but off of the left shoulder is a kind of half cape.
Dope.
And so, as she kneels next to you and observes you quizzically at first, and then reaches down to help you up.
And then you knock her out, take all her clothes.
All right, I needed to know. And I start with the gorget. Is that how it's pronounced? I actually waved the helpful hand offered away, like I got it, and I stand up on my own, if I'm able.
Yeah. You can. It is well within your capability.
And I am. I put a hand on her shoulder, like
A scythe?
on the
Okay.
side of the shoulder, like wordlessly. I'm okay. I think I'm okay. And I regard that spot where my former body was.
She, as you both look over, she removes the breastplate portion of the armor and reaches back and cinches the half cape sort of around the top, and then offers you the breastplate, like the chest portion of the studded leather sleeve, essentially. And then she pauses for a moment and raises her left eyebrow and says, "Sister?"
I suppose, or sibling. Either way.
Yeah, she says, acceptable. And then
I accept the chest plate and I put it under my arm.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
It's like,
just like straight out on the deck, holding the armor here.
I love it.
Naked as a jaybird. That's how it should be. So you are even now observing this fluid.
Oh yeah, and I take a mental inventory. I have no Lizard King vest. I have no Cloak of Stars.
Correct.
The Horde's bag was with Erebus.
Indeed.
What about the Legati?
Legatti's
Unsummoned.
He is unsummoned. He unsummoned him
Oh, that's right.
a few games ago.
But what's the last piece? The focus, the arcane focus. Walnut had it.
Walnut
I have it back.
Yeah.
And the knife was with Rosie. Mm-hmm. So
you're pretty good.
Pretty good. Not so bad.
You're pretty good. Could be worse.
Yeah. I reach down to that blood on the deck.
Yeah. So the pool itself is there, but there are portions of it that have like gouges sort of cut into it from crystal structures.
Yeah. Oh, I go down to where the hand was, and I see the tentative stroke of the Tetrachromatica.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say we have to do it, right?
Yeah.
We have to have it.
And I've completed. It was the symbol from last game. It was meaning more or continue.
Yeah.
I finished it.
Dude, that's dope.
I love you, my brother.
But it's like, but you can do it with one hand, right?
Yeah,
That's
one-
what it's designed for,
It's
right?
easy.
Right.
It's easier than ever.
Anyone can do it.
He did one of them already, and I just finished the rest.
May I join you in this scene?
Yes.
Yeah, now you can. Just walk over.
When Cthulhu, you kneel down to look at this blood and to complete the symbol, right? And Rosie watches Brahma like pick up Walnut to take her wherever she's going,
Yeah.
right? And then as she turns to see Cthulhu in a pile of their own blood, which was to be expected. And Rosie comes over and just very tentatively reaches out and touches this long, beautiful silver hair. And Cthulhu is still blue or no? What's the verdict on that?
I think Cthulhu is now a more traditional drow shade.
Okay.
So what is you're
Like
the
charcoaly, purpley.
Yeah.
I think so, in the
Okay.
purple
Okay.
range.
Yeah, there's still the purple is the primary thing, but it's much darker.
And the hair
Yeah.
is pure silver.
Yes.
Traditional drow constitution. Okay. So Rosie touches it very, very tentatively and gently, and says, this looks damn good on you.
I'm looking at Walnut's body being or her sleeping form carried off,
Right.
and I say, it's a great present. It was a great gift.
It was a good gift.
And then I look back at the blood on the deck. Maybe I'll do a better job with this one.
We'll help you. We're going to help you out. Don't worry. And the nudity doesn't appear to affect Rosie at all. But
yeah, or Scythe.
it's the
I think it's the norm.
Yeah, but her grandma instincts kick in. And so what she takes off, she just thinks you're cold. That's the only thing. Not cover your shame, but she's just like, this is a nude person. She takes her tiny little halfling grandma cloak off.
It's like a hand towel.
Yeah, and as you're kneeling next to the blood, you feel this kind of draped around your shoulders with a little touch. That's it. It's just like,
Just set it.
You got to stay warm out here. It's cold in space.
It's just so many presents.
Are you hungry? Like, what do you say to somebody with a new body?
Exactly. Brand new body. It's like,
Yeah, new body. Who dis?
you still eating food?
You know,
Or?
it's like, I feel.
He's still eating food.
I feel. How are you in food these days?
Yet?
I look at Rosie and I say, like with real honesty, I feel good.
You look good.
And I'm looking at actual flesh that isn't just illusorily.
Yeah, manifest.
Yeah, this is an actual, and I'm imagining that Walnut also would have given me whatever. What's her age again?
Walnut's like 80.
Oh yeah, exactly.
60?
Right on the
Got
cusp of adulthood, really.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. But much younger than Cthulhu's old body was.
Right.
So like
Yes.
the sense of health.
Oh yeah, vigor.
Those years that you spent in libraries.
Yeah, like 4 centuries.
Wasted.
Like 4 centuries ago is what we're talking.
I
Yeah.
was like, I remember this.
Yeah. Well, you look hale and hearty.
Thank you.
Rosie starts to braid your hair like hers.
And
It's just
it
this.
tickles because I'm not used to hair that long, and I forgot that it's long. It's gonna take I have to get used to these like differences.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, Rosie, actually, I take your dad's knife out, and I offer, like, unless you want to keep it, if it's bothering you, I can always cut it. I know how to do this. I cut my own hair.
Oh, by all means.
Okay.
This is just gonna get hung up on everything.
Right.
This is a terrible.
It's
idea.
impractical.
Yeah.
Right. So then Rosie stands behind Cthulhu and very, very carefully and lovingly starts to just like cut these bands of hair off. And she quietly, after a few moments, says, I know you didn't do it on purpose, as she's shaping you. And the bands of hair, they're just falling onto the deck, kind of around you like snow.
That was the problem. I couldn't do anything on purpose. Not to my purpose. I hope it's different now.
Does it feel different? Can you search for the sanguilith inside you?
Ooh, good idea. Let me do
Yeah, how do you wanna do it?
Let me do Arcana,
Yeah.
if I may.
Well, here we could just roll a 4.
Absolutely. Here, coming right up. That would have been so good. That's going to
So
be...
glad it wasn't a 4.
New body, new number.
Yeah, exactly. 9. Now it's 9.
It's 9.
So that's a 13, right? No,
Plus-
14,
plus,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you're. It's like one of those like net tests. It's like a connection test you do online.
Yeah. Speed test.
Yeah, you're just doing like an internet speed test for your divine connection.
Yeah.
That placid reservoir of power is just a thought away. It's all there for you.
Okay. So I still feel that.
Yeah, and and you can. It's easy to picture. It's lapping at its edge, hungry for use.
Yeah, I'm disappointed.
If anything, there's more than ever.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I say it seems that the pact is intact.
Well, at least your physical form doesn't seem threatened the way that it was before. Because that was the scariest part, was thinking that if we destroyed this thing that you would go with it. And maybe now we have a chance of saving your physical form.
What, the old one?
No, this one.
Okay, because I don't want the other one back.
No. Where did it go, by the way?
I don't know.
That's probably not going to haunt
Do
us.
it's
cut
probably
to-
gone forever.
This shambling body in Miami.
No, and that's the body doing the montage.
Yeah.
So turn the hat on and
There's nobody watching. It's just the sanguilith.
yeah.
Yeah, no, just this massive crystal.
It's like you'd like no countenance.
No. There's no way to tell if it likes the hat or not.
It comes out of like a dressing room and looks at a mirror, but it's not a mirror. It's just a giant crystal.
Yeah. So just to finish, put a button on this.
Yeah.
Rosie turns your head and shapes a little bit, and it's sort of this like wavy bob kind of a look, right? And she says, "There, I like that. That's good. Yes, that's good." And then she says, "I don't know if you remember the last thing that happened in your old body, but I want you to know that I did it because I love you. And we were trying to save you.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember.
You know, when I snapped your neck."
That has to be there. That has to be like the for real though.
Yeah, Rosie
to
would
be sure.
definitely be like, yeah, I snapped your neck. It was efficient, and you felt no pain at all. It's something I've done many times before.
It was
I'm very good at it.
Very loud.
practiced.
Yeah, that's like so. You're
Clean kill.
Is Rosie actually saying this?
Oh yes.
Okay. All is forgiven. I am happy to provide you with a data point if you wish for one.
Feedback welcome.
Not that painless.
Oh, really?
Quite the opposite.
See, I've never had the opportunity to get the feedback from the other side.
They
so.
can't enunciate it.
Right.
Incredible pain.
Like long or short, brief, or
As short as I lasted. And it was a while.
it probably
It's
felt
not
a lot
immediate.
longer. Oh.
And that's interesting for me too. Because
That is-
I would assume
you
that
would
it's
assume.
right away.
You would assume.
But I was there. I was there after.
Oof.
Felt it.
I'm very sorry.
It's okay.
It's good to know, though. And
Hey, who's complaining?
I was gonna say you gotta Cthulhu be happy in that.
I'm
Right?
easy.
Like
Rosie makes a note of this, but not so that she improves her form, but just as a category of how to murder someone very painfully.
Yeah.
Thought that was a clean kill, but I'll save it for the ones who really deserve it, I guess.
Are you still Vars Maelis?
I guess.
No, he's Donaar.
No, he
still balancing.
Yeah, he cast it off. Yeah,
the whole time
Yeah.
within like 6 feet of you. Just
No, like for 40 minutes.
I was like waiting for someone to pay attention.
No, I just can't quite get. Watch the whole
Like
thing,
a seal on a ball.
Yeah.
and then lands. First try.
10.
10. What are we doing? Cutting hair? Mammals.
Get those.
Gross.
One of our
locks.
best scenes was a grooming scene.
Gross.
Donar's
I know.
just like,
Yeah.
"Bleh."
Ugh. Hair, but hair stuff. Ugh.
Oh, it's the worst. Can you imagine having that all over you?
It's just ugh.
It's not great.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Ew.
So,
Anyway, I'm sorry about the body stuff. Sorry I didn't take that one back.
Yeah, Donaar. So the first time Donaar turned into Vars Maelis, he didn't believe that
It happened.
It happened,
Right.
and he couldn't quite remember it.
Right.
And this was way more clear. So he remembers what happened, and it's just he's like, you made the wrong choice, dude.
Is this Donaar telling
Yes.
you that? Or I'm
This is
saying,
Ryan telling Chris.
I'm saying, like, Chris says, is this Donaar telling me that?
Or is this Vars
Are you still Vars
Maelis?
Maelis?
Yes.
how is it the wrong choice? His body was mangled. It was riddled with the sanguilith. This is clearly a better choice.
Well, all right. I guess we should clear it up too, because all the crystal was destroyed. Cthulhu was a flop of skin.
Right.
Crystal.
In my mind, Cthulhu was healed to his form,
Right.
without his goofy eyes, without his messed
Right.
up arm,
Oh, I
like
see.
back to season 1
Right.
Standard
Cthulhu.
Back-
good
Yeah.
guess. Got it. Okay.
Classic.
But you couldn't see on the inside. Like
No, not at all,
The sanguilith
no.
could have been riddled.
No, and I thought of a bunch of cool stuff after we did that too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to have him smile, but his
Ooh.
teeth were amethyst.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was just row after row after row,
Yeah.
going back
Gotta
and back
be
and
a
back.
turtle mouth
Too
type
wide.
thing.
It's like too wide, but then it's
Yeah.
like there's like shark teeth, but like 6 rows back.
And then
it's like
Chris
a
would be like,
Ito,
"Aw."
Junji Ito kind of thing.
It's better.
So we'll pretend that happened.
Stupid one.
Yeah. He would have taken that body then.
Yeah, I know.
No, here's where Cthulhu will go with this. If that's the argument being made, like that was, your old body just shined up. No, it wasn't. It wasn't the old body. It was a repurposed body. That body.
Refurbed?
Yeah, it was refurbed. It was certified, pre-owned, but that doesn't mean it was the same. It's as much my old body as this one is. Don't try to sell me a bill of goods. That was bad. It's a
That was a
body.
lemon, and we all know it.
It's a bad body.
I won't argue that. It was a gross.
Vars Maelis did a great job.
Yeah, that's the point.
I don't think anybody's arguing.
Vars
that.
Maelis did a great job.
Vars Maelis did a great job.
You turned your nose at omnipotent
Wow.
dragon god.
What god have I not done that to? That's
Fair enough.
This one's got a point.
This guy,
if he knows me, he's not that mad.
I think he's pretty mad.
Is Donaar telling me this? Or
Yeah.
Vars
Yeah,
Maelis?
this is all in character.
Yes.
You have to ask
Yeah.
for every
Because I'm worried. Because if Vars Maelis is
Yeah.
like, yes, I'm very mad, I'd be like, oh, uh-oh. But Donaar's like, oh, yeah, well, you'd think that.
Well, as you know, a
would think
paladin
that,
of this god, I mean, he has a
He's in sales. I
Yeah.
mean, that's
yeah.
No, I get it. Where's my bag? Do we have... It's moved on.
He's already gone. So I'm expecting like some sort of like formal apology letter
Oh, I
or
did
something I
already.
could give to him.
I did apologize already. Oh, to him?
Yeah.
I'll pray. I'll pray to him.
That was a start.
Is that okay?
I'm sure. I mean, that's a good base, and then we'll build off that.
Okay. Well,
I won't.
new year, new me, so...
Well, when you're about to die and he brings you back to life, then you will.
Yeah.
You all will.
here's the timeline. Here's all of you agreeing with me.
Yeah.
It happens near the end.
When you have two new bodies to choose from, but
Yeah.
then somebody's like, no, it was
You're
your old one,
lousy
you
with
lied.
bodies.
Just pick the one, whoever's going to be the maddest, I guess.
I want to see this prayer. I'm sorry. I did this too with Lulth too.
No, dude,
back
Cthulhu's
in the
prayers
day.
are the best.
Cthulhu's prayers are maybe the best part of this show.
And then it's filtered through, like, what does Cthulhu think a dragon god would want to hear? Oh,
But you're like-
Vars Maelis.
Saying this to
Two
Donaar.
Look at Donar's real
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, I just tell Vars Maelis this for me. Take you by the shoulders. This very small, nude drow woman. It's like holding, she's like, oh, Vars Maelis, your scales are plentiful and so bright do they shine in the gleaming sun. How festive is your patina? How coppery the blood of your enemies as it lay spilled on the battlefield. I blew it with the body thing. I should have taken the one you gave me, and it was a good one, and it was the right one. And this one sucks. So next time, I'll try to do a better job. In Vars Maelis' name, amen.
Amen.
Sincerely.
Amen.
Yeah. Good enough.
It's like,
Donaar is pleased.
it's like prayer-like
Yeah.
enough. Sounds like
Yeah.
most prayers I've heard.
Yeah. That's good. He says good enough.
Oh, you are the best one, and you can't do anything wrong.
Says no one to stop.
Yeah. Now you're just getting Donaar happy. But
Yeah. Yeah. That might bring a Donaar, Vars Maelis. Yeah, I try to take any tinge of like eye roll out of my voice. It's
Yeah.
not apparent.
Oh yeah, all of this to Rosie's ears and to Kate's ears sounds incredibly real. Like all of it is very sincere.
Yeah.
None of it is jokey. This is an earnest Cthulhu.
And the scales, they are big.
They
They're
are
very
wide,
big.
Yeah.
I've
flat,
never even seen them as
polished,
big as that.
groomed to perfection. The wings,
Showroom shine.
I'd eat them.
If these wings, forget
Yeah.
about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
forget about it. Okay.
Donaar is sated.
To as much, to the degree that he can be.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
one final thing.
Yeah.
I'm not as so. I'll say this to everybody rather than it be a request to the DM.
Yeah.
I want to look around. Where are the Tomnook, the dead? If we are going to survive out here, I think we could make use of their secrets,
I've been saying. This is
their garb,
Sorrel.
their invisibility.
Sorrel has offered to help us.
No, indeed. A single
Okay.
one of the library ships has remained.
Right. Cthulhu probably wouldn't know that, but
Yeah,
Sorrel
exactly.
has agreed to help.
And is ready to offer assistance on the research side. You know, access to their alchemical formulae that enable this sort of thing. The basics.
So we're still going after the Sanglith?
Yeah, of course, we have to.
Our
do you-
fleet's decimated.
I'm not gonna do it yet. Yeah, we gotta learn.
Friends dead, or sick or something.
I don't think
You saw Walnut was dead.
Yeah.
She's not dead.
Something, I don't know. What,
she looks
what am
like
I?
this now.
Am I everyone's biographer? Hey.
She looked bad.
Yeah.
She says she's dying.
She's not dying. She's being cared for. Brahma said something about how she has to live all of the lives that she's changed. So I guess we have to wait for that to finish happening.
Ugh.
Yeah.
What's that going to take, like an episode?
Yeah, like that was about her estimate. About 2 hours.
Rough.
Yeah.
Rough estimate. Well, 1 week.
Yeah. One full week. But I don't think that a fleet was going to help us against the Saint anyway. We just got decimated here by our own kin, by my kin. So I think all we need is one stealthy Tomnook vessel. I think we're okay. I think we can still try to do this thing.
Why are we carrying them all? Why were we carrying them all with us in the first place?
Exactly. That's how I feel. If you'd be so kind.
Oh boy.
Oh.
So. So the two of them are engaging in a strategic dialogue, Cthulhu, and as they do so, you feel pain in your right palm. And as you look down, you can see that the fingernail of your pinky is now a 2-inch spur of amethyst. Oh no. Thank you so much.
Ugh.
Oh, that didn't take long.
Yeah. See? Didn't even matter.
Yeah, I just...
Rosie grabs your hand and looks
like,
out.
Have you been doing drugs?
Is this drugs?
That's a drug nail. I know what they look like.
Dude, this is the parents. It's like two parents.
I was growing it for a friend. Already it begins.
There's horror on Rosie's face because I just saw your body without this. You know, like I was holding what was left of you. And so immediately she's like, no, we have to stop it. Cut it off. Cut it off. Cut it off.
Give me a knife. Give me a blade.
Your father's knife.
I don't want to send that thing in there. What if I send it in?
That's true.
I give you a knife.
Oh,
You got one?
real knife?
What is it?
Toothbrush if you want.
What is it? What does a Janari knife look like?
Yeah, I have one in my inventory.
But how do they do it?
We'll say it's a long curved blade, maybe 8 inches long.
Okay.
But it's curved like a dragon's claw, like Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When he's
the
messing with the
claw.
kids.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that, but a knife, like about
it.
8 inches, which would be, I don't know, dragon's toenail.
Yeah, and it's just on your person somewhere, easy to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like this is a test. I say it out loud like this is a test. This is a test. And I put my hand on the railing. Which hand is it?
Right hand.
Right hand? Somebody else did. It's not my dominant hand.
I just broke the
It's
neck.
not
You have
even
to-
this body's
you have to
dominant
do it.
hand.
All right.
In for a penny. Come on.
If this is what you want.
Yeah.
All right. Like without, not even given time to chit chat. Just go.
Okay.
3 points of damage.
All right, I take that damage.
I go half.
Halfsies?
Yeah.
So you
That's
get a
nice
nub.
of you.
Still get a nub there.
2 knuckles down, but there's still a nub. Yeah.
Precision. Okay.
1 second, bam.
Yeah.
Done. And then the knife is back in.
Yeah.
Rosie is immediately there to staunch the bleeding.
Oh, it hurts more than I remember because it's a young body.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's not that bite, that sweet bite.
Cut it off, and then with the other hand, just a little forehead smack of lay on hands.
Oh, nice.
Heal it back up.
Yeah.
To like
Bing, bing.
cauterize it, basically.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right, what do I do? I still see that. I mean, the thing clatters off, I assume.
Yeah, exactly. It just floats out.
Oh.
You want to grab it?
Grab it. Yeah. No, I eat it. I grab it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Feels like the kind of thing you would want to keep. You
Yeah,
weirdo.
Maybe it can be
say
some
that.
sort of disgusting compass.
Yeah. Here you go.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah.
I give you your severed finger.
But it's the pact.
Yeah, I know that
It's not
this
about
is-
physicality. I mean, we know because of the tricks you were able to manage in during the wedding to manufacture a mystic ritual that somehow found commonalities between multiple forms of wisdom, physical law, divine law, magic. You know that it is the bond that is the conduit. The same power that you would use to cast the spell has placed you in perpetual proximity to this thing.
What happens to the severed finger? What does it look like now?
Same old.
Right now, it is his sort of purple gray finger with a spur of amethyst that seems to be growing.
Oh my god.
Even now? Well, then maybe it didn't do anything to the pact, but I hope that it felt that.
Do you keep the finger?
Can you cut anything else?
I think I will for now. I'm going to hang on to it for now.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll put it in my pockets.
No. You have nature's pocket.
That's
Even I know that.
Come on.
Hey, wow! This is one of the most legitimately awful. That is the last place you want to put this.
No, I think that's the first
divine
place Cthulhu
spur.
would, because he
You're
doesn't.
Chris now.
He doesn't care. Yeah, he would just be like, "Yeah, you're right. I need to store this."
What's?
It's growing.
It's not good.
Like that's where y'all drew the line.
I didn't draw a line. I'm on board.
Alyssa is watching the show.
I'm on board with
She's
this.
right there.
She's right there, and you're saying shit like this.
She's 12 years old. And she is
You kissed your Alyssa with that mouth?
Oh God, I'm seeing spots. I'm blacking out. Okay, all right. No, we need a new plan that doesn't involve your whole.
You
I'm
have,
just gonna-
you have different holes to choose from.
That's true. Like you said. No, I'm gonna if the horse person bag is here, I will put it in one of the.
It's
where
with
is it?
it's
Oh,
with
that's
him.
right.
It's in the library.
Erebus.
Okay. Last point of business, because I think we should go. I don't know what happened to Erebus. I say, if somebody says it's with Erebus, I say, where is Erebus?
Brahma took him, I assume, to the same place she took Walnut. Maybe up to this ship.
Okay, then we should go there and retrieve the bag.
Your
and-
clothes.
No, I've got that, and I put on the breastplate.
Yeah.
But it's like a Winnie the Pooh scenario.
Yeah, exactly. This is up here.
Yeah.
And it looks great.
And it's like, good to go. Ready.
Which is honestly the most Cthulhu thing.
Yeah.
Cthulhu has been artfully nude many times.
Or like I take your what is it? Was it the shawl?
My
was it
shawl,
the thing?
yeah.
And I like try to sort of fashion it. It's just like a loincloth.
Oh, nice,
This
nice.
is minimal.
But like a belt.
Yeah, kind of.
There's
Yeah.
no coverage.
I twist it so that the long part isn't
Well, I was
kind
gonna
of
say
covering
like
the front.
if it's like a square, and I do it like this, it's not gonna help. But if I do this, then
There
we're
we
gonna
go.
get at least that
diagonal.
corner,
That southern reach.
Yeah.
that coverage.
It's temporary. You figure
Nice.
out something better for you.
It's really for everybody else. I could care
Yeah,
less.
I'm disgusted by your form.
Aww.
Your non-dragon boy form. Like, ugh.
Ugh.
You're all gross.
Rosie, I'll take the helm and take us up to the ship where Erebus and Walnut have been taken. I assume.
Okay. There are. So imagine that this spiral descends from something like a plate at the top
Okay.
that rises into a kind of imagine an upside down diamond shape.
Sure.
Right, where it's flat at the bottom, but then it sort of goes up. But imagine that it's very, very wide and comes to a more like a flatter point.
Okay.
Right. From beneath this, sort of through the arms of the chandelier, are little umbilicals
Oh.
that you can see reaching out and grabbing things and then bringing them back into the central portion of the vessel.
Interesting.
One of these has already seized the bow of Coriander
Oh, that's good.
and has pulled it in through the bottom. And you can see as you're sailing toward it, you can see that here's Coriander's bow, But then also there is a horse, also called Coriander, whose teeth are bitten deep down into the surface. And then trailing from this Coriander is the cart, floating in space.
Amazing. What a good horse.
So there are daughters of Maelis inside the cart, on the cart, around the rest of the edge. And as it's being pulled toward, you can see that it's almost like a diving bell, where they can move closer to the center of the bow. They take a breath. You can see they've moved in a kind of...
That's cool.
They're sort of like boiling around it as they move through these layers and maintain themselves inside there. So that object is being pulled into the bottom and then being held in something like a central area, protected and safe inside the coil. But it's easy enough as the spinneret vessel approaches, little umbilicals go out and then sort of grab the edge and then bring it alongside one of the, which is part of the spiral as it goes around. And you can see, the closer you get, people are walking on these spirals, just surrounded left and right by naked space. They traverse up and down this thing. And then as you get pulled in, Sorrel is there waiting along that path. And then she reaches out to you and brings you into a hug.
Yeah.
And she says, "We're not keeping this.
What do you mean?
This."
Oh, this? No.
Yeah.
Who needs it? Set it
Yeah.
on fire.
The umbilicals push it away. And then a few of the strange insect ships. It's almost like imagine like a preening bird, where the feathers are slightly out of this. They're slightly ruffled, and so there's like a little bit of a shuffle and a vibration that sort of adjusts the feathers smooth. Basically portions of these ships raise, and then fire something at the ship.
Cool.
And it joins the rest of the wreckage momentarily. Okay. And she says, "Okay, I need to give you some basics."
How's Papa? Is he okay?
We're good at this.
Okay.
We're good at this. And she puts a hand on your shoulder and she says, "We're good at this.
Okay.
We're good at this. We've been fighting this for a long time.
Okay.
And we're going to teach you what we know.
Oh.
It's not all of it, but we're going to teach you what we know."
Okay.
And she says, "Okay, libraries are very strange for you. Obviously not for me, I get it. But I'm going to show you how they work."
I know how libraries work.
She says, "Oh, okay. Where's the mess hall? I'm so hungry."
Is it a book?
Is
Kind of book?
it a book? Actually, my friend Cthulhu knows a lot more about libraries.
Not this one.
I'm looking around for the bookshelves.
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh.
Arcana check sounds like a name.
Oh yeah, like a Polish name. Hey, that's not bad. That's gonna be a 19.
Okay. It's like a lenticular. Is that the term?
Yeah.
So you can see something through slats.
Yeah.
So as she is describing this, and her arms are folded, she has adopted a posture of bemusement. You can tell, like, slight movements of your head, left and right, confer something like a shift, a color shift, inside the central core of the library. So when you stand still, you can see Coriander inside. If you tilt to the right, things adopt a red shift, and you can see multiple layers inside stacked together. And if you tilt to the left, things adopt a blue shift, and you see multiple layers inside this vessel.
It's like a lighthouse.
It's like a cake.
Mirror.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
It's like a mystical cake.
Does it give me a sense of, like, do I have any sense of, like, the design philosophy. So it's like if I was going to put a missile on this structure, I'd want it near the base where you could eject the waste easier or whatever. Like, is there any sensibility?
You could theorize, and then you could try to execute your theory, right? So tell me what you think. I know where it is.
Right.
Tell me what you think. Give me your reason, and then go there, and we'll see what's there.
Okay, let's say, yeah, I'll say it's like toward the base where everything is taken in, but not at the base because that would be for loading. And I think I've got it. I'm like, oh, I think I know, and then I'll just start walking in that direction.
Perfect. So you begin. Yeah, exactly. See, this is my guy. So, oh no, indeed. So you walk down, and then as you walk down the stair, left, as you are moving in that direction, it's plainly obvious inside the structure where it is. So you're saying it's one off of the bottom?
I think so. That's where I want to put it, yeah.
Then that's where it'll be.
Oh, okay.
So
No,
when
three
you-
off the bottom.
It should be right in the middle.
Yeah.
That's the hearth. Should be the middle.
the hearth.
That makes sense.
So when you get down there, there at certain points on the coil are depending on its like elevation, there's apertures that allow entry into that particular layer. But all three of them seem to occupy the same space.
You jerk.
Yeah.
This is
thinking
why
the same thing.
any of this is happening, so we can have this ship with this conceit. Nothing else matters.
No, but I do live there in my dreams. And then, no, that's not it. So it is easy to walk through, and Sorrel clicks her tongue a couple times and does not concede shit to you. But
As that's happening, I'm following along as though, of course I know where libraries go. And Sorrel, as we get to this place, Rosie elbows Sorrel a little bit in that like sisterly way. She's like, I told you she was good.
well, okay. This time there's a lot. I got a lot of other very complicated things I could ask.
They're good. They are good.
I told you they were good.
Well, see, all right, accepted. And so as she takes you through the interior portion of this, the other slices aren't visible when you're inside the structure. It isn't like you look over and you see a bunch of ghosts or something like that. There's just a mild blue tint to the things that are occurring here. And it's something like a
space saver.
Yeah, it's something like literally. It's something like a food court.
Oh.
Like there's a bunch of
Got
small
options?
there's a bunch of small
IKEA.
Yeah. There's a bunch of small places
Meatballs.
that exist in here, and most of the things that they are serving seem deeply pragmatic
Sure.
and unlike food in some ways.
Does Donaar get excited that there's food now?
Can he perceive what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
How
a
do you
little
get to-
abstract for me.
It is very.
Yeah.
How do you get to the
Following
red? I'm in the blue. How do I get to the red?
You're like not in the room. You
I'm just
lost
curious.
us. I suspect
These are all
you have-
stacked on top of each other, like color spectrums.
I think you have to approach it a certain way, and that depending on the direction you're approaching it from, it will resolve to this one. If you're coming at it from the other direction, it's going to be the red side, and you're going to end up in that one instead. That's what I think.
Any given point in space?
No, just around this helix, just around this, how to fit as much as they can into one core.
Oh, all right.
They're like overlaid on top of each other inside of the same space.
Yeah.
So we're going to spend all our
Makes
time here.
perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
you're
understand this
Tona-
completely.
Yeah.
I'm a Toma now.
Exactly.
Yeah, you are.
So Sorrel just grabs a few things from a few different places, and then brings them to a table that has room for everyone.
When I flip down my eye patch, what does this area look like?
When you flip it down and close your other eye, you perceive yourself to be an empty space.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's what I figured would happen.
No, you perceive yourself to be surrounded by empty space and your friends, basically.
We're all just floating in
Yeah.
empty space.
Even your sister is not there.
I flip. I start switching between eyes like this.
Camera 1, camera 2.
Camera 1, camera 2. And I'm like, whoa, wow. This ship is incredible, Sorrel. How do you do this?
She says, we're going to go into some of those things. I think that I can make the case that the Library Militarum, and she gestures around. She says, I think I can make the case that this is our fight.
I certainly hope so.
I think I can make the case, and if not, we can still help. And there's an advantage. There may be an advantage there. It may be that a smaller force would be more.
See, this is my thinking.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem.
Papa had this big fleet, but that's not gonna. I've met the Singolith.
I've worked with
encountered.
And you are no single.
I know what this creature is capable of, and a giant fleet is not the way. This might be better.
Yeah, and she says, it's that book.
The book.
She says, it's the book.
I found the book.
And she says, I don't know when the Spinneret became creatures of the adversary. But there's no way to look at this that doesn't result in them being the enemies in this story.
You know, in the book, all it said was their purpose is known.
Well,
Was that before or after this?
she says, there is a lot that we don't know about this book. And she says, we parted ways with that entire mechanism a long time ago. We think there's a different way to do this.
Okay.
And she says, so each of the libraries has a focus of study. She lists off a couple. She's like the Arcanum, Naval, and she says, this is the military, but we don't mount forces. The Tomnook way is subterfuge, stealth, and I think we can share it.
I think
Yeah.
you would be surprised how much we have in common.
When she says we can only fit a couple people in a ship. I mean, we might be able to fit 3 of us in a ship, but your friends are too big.
Thank you. I've been trying to tell them that for years now.
Some are.
Too big.
We really only need to fit the bomb in a ship, and then we push that ship into the Sangolith,
We probably want to supervise it, right?
and then we go eat cake.
Donaar is not our military strategist.
We just have a snack while that bomb goes off to it.
Yeah.
It does sound better, but no. We can't. We can't. So this is the military ship. Are you a general?
We don't. That's not a term that we use.
Okay.
Do you mean like a person who tells other people what they should do, and if they don't do it, they'll be in big trouble?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then yes.
Okay. All right.
That'll do. That'll work.
Do you report to Papa, the admiral?
No, we are not.
Oh.
That is a.
Of course.
And she says that's not even a fleet anymore.
Well, he's on this ship now, so I don't know if you respect their rank and file. Okay.
There is some piece of cultural information that is so inherent to her identity that she can't even say what it is. But the idea that she would be under, the idea that Tomnooks would be beneath
A bee stinger.
bee stingers in
Yeah.
any hierarchy, she has no language to describe these concepts.
She just vomits.
She vomits
sick.
until there's nothing left inside. She's just like a sock.
Sorrel, why did you become a Tomnook? Why did you leave the Bee Stinger clan?
because, well, and she can look out. So from the slice, it's easy to look out from it.
Okay.
So you can look out from here and see the, new constellations
The chunks.
of Debris.
Okay.
Of Deborah.
Oh, Deborah.
Oh, not Deborah. It
rip
got
Deborah.
Deborah. No.
And she says, that's why. She says, it's not, I never thought they understood it. They believed that there was a home for them, a home that they could return to,
Yes.
but they didn't really know how to get there.
Well, you just follow the homeward star. It's easy.
It's in the name.
Yeah. It's filled right in.
Yeah.
Right?
That is the name.
Just
of it.
you follow the homeward star. You go.
It makes
takes
sense
you
to
home.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Everybody knows that.
She sets down her space fork.
How is it different from a regular fork?
It's a fork on both sides. It's like a kayak paddle, but for lunch.
Salad fork.
Efficiency.
Yeah,
Meat
you
fork.
just, yeah.
Nice. Oh, that's good.
No.
Dude, Donaar would love this
Yeah.
fork.
She says,
Two forks, two.
She says there's more to it.
What do you mean?
She pushes away from the table and says, we can do it now.
I think that's best.
So leaving out the aperture, it's required from this slice to travel an incredibly long way. But this is not like the other one. I mean, it's possible to walk on this without contorting oneself.
Well, that's lucky.
For larger folk, it's
Okay.
wide. It's convenience itself.
Are you guys are coming with me
Oh yeah.
on this voyage?
I have to learn.
Okay.
I've got to discover.
Scoop up the rest of those
Ration.
those IKEA meatballs. I'm following and eating.
Nice.
Because I made a horse,
She said so. When you arrive at this sort of diamond portion at the top, it has a clear roof that comes down from a point, and then through these slats you can see out
Into space.
into
Yeah.
space. And she says, there may still be time to do part of what Papa wants. But, and then she makes a gesture to one of the people who exist beneath her in this structure. Not a general.
Obviously.
They don't use that term. But whatever gesture she makes, people respond to with instantaneous enthusiasm. And she says, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Most of the things, she's like, okay. Most of the things that we can see, okay. So we can see things because there's light on them.
Yeah. I mean, thanks for boiling it down to its barest essentials here, but I got that much.
This is for everybody.
It's a fundamental
that's
principle.
fair.
Just meatball drops out.
That's why we see everything.
And she says,
It's a wave?
It's a particle.
nuh-uh.
This meatball is light.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to model it
In meatballs?
with food?
No.
Okay.
No.
And she says, usually we can see something nearby us, but we're not seeing the thing. We're seeing the light on it.
Okay. Which is not the same as seeing the thing?
No. She says, sometimes things are so far away that we can see something that isn't there anymore.
Oh. I see.
And so she orders them to tilt the ship, and she says, so you know how the Sangolith can't see us?
Yeah.
She says, we can make it so that the only thing you can see is the Sangolith. And she says, it served us quite well. And she nods and points, and then the color, the light that the ceiling allows is altered. And you can see the entire homeward star, except everything is red but one.
Whoa.
And she's like, I don't know how I was supposed to tell him this.
I think you have to. He's on a fool's errand. If that's as much as is left, what is the one that's not red? What's left?
She says, I guess we'll see when we get there.
Okay.
She's like, this is it. This is their Elysium. This is their great reward.
And you weren't going to tell them? You were just going to let them fly there? I know you're not a bee stinger anymore, but come on.
They can go, and they can do it now, or it will come to get them. I think you've maybe internalized some ideas about heroism that maybe aren't going to provide long-term success for you, sister.
Well, they've worked out pretty well so far, sister.
Have they?
Still kicking, 120 years old.
Checkmate.
And she says, we can save that one.
That's enough. That'll have to be enough. He has to know. Whatever is left of the bee stingers all have to know. They're just ignorant. They don't know this stuff. I don't know this stuff. But you can't sentence them to death. Not a death that's different from the one that you're getting. You know what? No, Cthulhu. I'm not done yelling at her. This is heartless. The thing that Rosie most prizes is her family, and to her that's always been bee stinger, and that's been adopted kids, that's been biological kids.
Well, she basically reified, like she never stopped being it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, but this version of the bee stingers that Sorrel sees and has known for a long time is a very different beast from what Rosie sees as the bee stinger
it's almost
family.
completely defined by her, potentially unhealthy relationship.
Oh, sure. Well,
Right.
yeah.
And that goes both ways.
For sure.
Right.
Yes. But Rosie says...
And Sorrel says, in a quiet voice, I don't know how to do that.
Well, we can tell him together. We outnumber him. We can take him down. That old man doesn't stand a chance.
Knives. Get him.
I just snapped a neck earlier. I'm all warm.
My blood is singing.
She says, and he's laid up too.
Well, at least he can't go anywhere without us now, so maybe he doesn't need to know yet.
If he gets mad, he's just gonna lay there.
Yeah, what's he gonna do? Come on.
She says, all right, well, let's put this off as long as possible.
Perfect.
Let me make sure that everybody has what they need to buy me some time to progress to become an adult woman.
Are you that afraid of him?
I'm afraid for him.
I see.
She says, Cthulhu,
Yes.
what do you need from the Library Militarum?
First
things first, I'm the realist.
things first. No, first I require some bottoms. If there are any sort of a trouser or
Yes.
a pant or
I knew.
a skirt, perhaps. Would appreciate it very much.
Jorts, tennis skirt.
And then I would like to understand the mechanism by which.
She's like, okay, well,
That might be enough, yeah.
Yeah.
The mechanism.
She
And then
says,
Just trails off. Yeah.
First pants, then all knowledge.
this is what I need. This is the food. This is what Jerry's eat for food. She's like, and then I need full. And she says, okay, you want to go rightward 4, level 4, rightward. Not
to the
6.
knowledge
Yes.
or the pants?
Yes. She says, I will have the pants brought to rightward 4.
Incredible.
And she says,
A magnificent vessel.
Dragon Man, how can we be of assistance? What do you need?
I don't even know,
Battle
man.
plans? Models for tactics? Bed?
These are good meatballs.
She says we could put 2 beds together. And it would be like 1 bed.
What is our plan? We're still going to kill it with the antimatter bomb,
We
right?
have to.
Yeah. We just
gonna
have
eat
to
the
figure out the
universe
best way to
otherwise.
get it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nothing's changing.
No, I mean, we just got to get there.
Yeah.
Is there anything, based on what Donaar has seen and been able to comprehend, is there anything that he would want from this technology that they have?
Yeah. I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean, you
I'm
might be
trying to come up with some
Think about
like
strats.
fun toys to get out of this. But then at the same time, I mean, he's only an hour removed from having finally convened with his god, which
That
has
might
been
be where his center is right now.
Yeah.
What does that mean? How do I get that?
At this moment, the least selfish he's ever been. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, bed sounds good.
Gotta get that 8.
Gotta get that 8. Yeah.
Escape.
Yeah.
It's like he looks at that single star and like the entire workings of the ship, and it's like he's like, yeah, it's bad. Oh,
Yeah.
big
Made a
nice.
nap.
She says, we can do that for you. She says, left 7.
Oh God.
So she turns to Rosie and says, left 7.
Left 7, got it.
Revered Shadow Council, may our labors please you. We're going to put this thing on pause. We're going to drain fully. And then we're going to return to the show refreshed for the last hour of this episode of TES C Teams. Don't go anywhere. Hello. I'm Jerford K. Horcrims. Welcome back to TES C Teams. When last we saw our heroes, they had each gone into their own realms of study in the Library Militarum, but we had not gotten to what is about to happen with Rosie and Sorrel and the dad issue. This is like the dad issue. Imagine like if there's a new issue of the C Team, like for a certain time of year, it'd be like the dad issue.
The dad issue, and it's like a very elderly looking halfling with a little bit of chest hair coming out.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
Dad's only.
Muscle and Fitness.
Acquisitions
Pulls the beard.
Illustrated.
They do that on the cover of Muscle and Fitness?
I mean, if it's the dad edition.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, so
Green Bay cheese hat.
she has, it would appear, an unlimited number of side tasks that she is bringing you along for. After 3 or 4 of these have been iterated, you're always on the way
Right.
to the place, but there's always something. But you've actually been back to red and blue a couple times now, and then she's like, "Are you hungry?"
No, we just ate.
But the stomach is so small.
The stomach
It's like
is
as a
small.
small folk,
The stomach is also small as well.
You're not procrastinating, are you?
I don't. That's not a Tome Nook word.
So are you just you're walking around?
Yeah, we're ostensibly going to see our dad,
Yeah.
but she's trying to put it off as long
You
as
see
possible.
Donaar again
You should pass him.
because he doesn't know where the hell he's gone.
And pass him 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Left 7.
He's yeah.
It's that way.
No, yeah. You see him again, and then you're like, just don't even look.
No, it's weird.
Does he try
And
to
then,
look
like,
busy every
the
time?
third time, he's just like asleep in a corner, like in a hallway. It's just like, good enough.
He wrote a sign that says left 7, put it over his head.
Hitchhiking.
Well, here, honestly, this will work fine. So you've passed Donaar a few times. We're just gonna let the camera like stay with Donaar during one of these trips.
Okay.
And you're like, all right, okay, procrastination is a real word.
Yeah.
It's what you're doing. And it's like you can sort of hear that conversation like recede off into the distance. So Donaar, you think that you are at the place. You think that this is the place.
Oh.
You can't be 100% sure, but you think that it is.
That it's left 7.
It might be.
I think he would just eventually give up and just be tired and just be like, just curl up in a
dragon
corner. Yeah, find a corner.
This is better
Couldn't
enough.
find a bathroom either, but he found a room
Does he sleep
and he went to the bathroom.
like a cat, like curled up in a cinnamon bun? Does Donaar
think-
sleep that way? Ever?
I think in this scenario, yes. Because he would want to be mindful and not make a scene, so he would curl up. Most of the time, I think he splays out lazily in his own bed, but here, because he don't want to get his tail stepped on.
And it's
Yeah.
small here.
Yeah.
It's like a supply closet, but you're too proud. You're just like, yeah, this is it.
Is this a halfling bedroom?
It's more like when you're walking down like a convention center and there's like pillars,
Yeah.
you're just behind a pillar.
The enforcers come, they're like,
Yeah.
right here,
Yeah.
fire code.
This is getting a little too real, but yeah.
Exactly like that.
It's getting scary for me. But as I suggested, I mean, you're curled up. You wake up, stretch. There is a doorway right here.
Oh. All right. I walk through the doorway.
Perfect. That's great for me.
Airlock.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then you die.
It's a good run.
It's like deathly silent and cold, but also hot.
Nice.
When your organs give up. That's how it works. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. Welcome to 6E. Like this is.
And he's reborn.
Yeah, we're elevating it.
I'm the DM.
In 6E, we're all DM.
And he's the player. Yeah.
So they changed it.
So as you enter into this slice, it's red, not blue.
Okay.
But it might be okay. You see a number of halflings in a central. There's almost like an outer ring, and then an inner ring, and in the central part of this ring, there are halflings at varying altitudes. It's almost like I imagine that these things are taking place inside kind of a cylinder in the center, and gravity doesn't seem to function correctly inside the cylinder. And you see 3 halflings fighting what look to be golems constructed from amethyst crystal.
Whoa.
Oh. So they're fighting in the center. What's everyone else doing around the outside?
They're observing.
Cheering?
Well, observing. No, it doesn't seem like it's a game.
Oh. I was gonna say, is this like a halfling cockfight? Because Donaar comes in like ready to throw money around.
No,
like,
no.
yeah!
Yes.
They're observing it. Like sometimes they are referring to charts, taking down information. But it's the outer ring is pretty quiet. It's not raucous. You don't think this is an arena sport of some kind.
Well,
But you can see that their approach for a group of people who profess to want to hide and wait this thing out. There's clearly a contingent that is approaching this a different way.
yeah.
Oh boy.
Is anyone visibly in charge?
this seems to be like you could go around the ring
Yeah.
a bit.
I'll grab the first halfling I can see. I go, what's all this then? Huh?
He's like, why don't you go find out?
I thought that's what I was doing.
No. He knocks on the glass and he says, go find out.
Oh, all right. I knock on the glass.
No. No, go around to the back.
No, you have to knock redward.
No.
You big idiot.
Okay.
No.
Go around
no,
the side.
No. No.
Make a full loop and come back.
No, it's like 5 feet to the right.
Yeah. He goes all the way around and comes back. He goes, I hate this place. I hate everything about this place. I shit in what I think was a closet. I can't find anything. Everything's the wrong color.
He says, before you, like as you're walking in, he's like, where did you shit?
Like red 4. I don't know, he's just saying colors and numbers.
Ponder Rook 7.
Yeah.
His brow froze and he like runs out
Yeah.
out of the layer and out of the aperture.
Godspeed, buddy.
One down.
Yeah, it's gonna take. Yeah, it's gonna take more than one.
Bring a friend.
Yeah, and a poet.
So you see him sort of run off, and then as soon as you get in, you are assailed by jagged shards of amethyst.
Assailed.
You said you wanted to fight.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Womp womp womp.
What?
Am I dead?
Revered Shadow Council, may our labors please you. Your servant Jerford K. Horcrims has offered you a boon. What cool shit do we have for him? Let's see. Boop boop. This is the level up dice set, but what kind is it?
It's making some jingly noises.
No,
It
dude, no.
It's
This is the
jangles.
one.
It sounds beautiful.
I own this one.
Oh, this is so cool.
Oh,
This is the ultimate
I actually
Rosie set.
I bought this for
You
you.
gave me this one. I was going to
So
say.
nice.
No,
This,
it's
I don't know if you can see
black
it on
sandstone.
camera, but it's black
yeah.
sandstone. It's very glittery.
It's space.
It's the final frontier.
yeah.
Dude.
I love Star Wars.
Yeah, it's from Star Trek.
It's Star Wars.
Doctor Who?
No, in any
It's
case,
fine.
we'll find out who gets it later. But those are from
Real
all the-
fans.
Yeah, real fans know.
Congrats.
Congrats to
Yeah,
whoever got
it's a great
that. I
set.
want it.
Yeah, congrats to Donaar.
Keep rolling?
Yeah, with 3 hits.
It was like 8 rolls.
Well, no, the last part was just the damage. The first was the 3 hits. That is 42 points of damage.
What the fuck? I get out of the place.
I reject
I
the
go, I won't be here.
Give me the athletics. Give me the athletics.
And then I say, that asshole.
Give me the
I'm like, I'm glad he's cleaning up my shit somewhere. Hold on, let me get rid of my hit points here. How much was
Here,
it?
let me get rid of my blood.
42.
42.
42?
points.
That's like half my. It's like half my.
He just gets in there.
He comes back and he's like, what? And now there's blood and shit in this room, too.
Yeah.
He's like,
I
well.
shit myself.
Yeah.
I guess this is what Dragonborn do.
Yeah. All right, and now I have to athletics.
Please.
Do it.
Amy's die. I will take advantage because I don't want to die
I'll
here.
take advantage of Amy's die.
Well, that's
Whoa.
a Uno.
You can
so-
reroll it if you want.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I got Battle for Luck, so you can just take it again.
even though we're on the same ship, but
what's
going
the
on
range
around,
on
does
that
it matter?
Doesn't say.
Oh, all right.
It just works. Yeah.
I'll just keep rolling.
You just roll until you get.
Hey!
Thank God.
Thanks, Amy's die.
Thanks for having luck.
Shadow Council, Mayor Labors, please, your servant.
Oh, it's
Donaar
within
Blitz
30
in.
feet that you can see.
Yeah.
Oops.
Whoops. Don't tell the stream.
That is the dice box. You can
Hey.
go, here. Dice box here. No, of course it comes in.
I took 42 points of damage for that.
Yeah, exactly. But it comes in a pouch like this. Just go ahead and drop the pouch in there. So you build that dice box every time.
Yeah.
And
I'm giving
really
you a
enjoy it.
job.
I hate the word pouch so much.
Do you really?
It's one of my hated words.
Oh, is it like moist?
Yeah.
Like it's just something like
Nature's pouch.
Yeah. Whenever
Yeah,
you hear
it's
pouch,
terrible.
you're like,
Moist panties and pouch.
ugh.
Yeah. See?
They sort of live in like the same weird.
Nothing against any of those words.
I don't like it. I don't like it when it's both of the words.
Panties.
Panties?
No, Brenna hates
A lot
it
of
too.
people don't
Yeah,
like
it's
that word.
very
yeah.
bad. Yeah.
Really?
It's very bad.
I don't like it myself,
Sucks.
but not like
In any case,
Texture of it.
savor table.
I'm glad that you were delighted by that, Alyssa. So
Pantones.
so you come in there, 3 3 foot long, jagged knives,
Cold
and
cut
a fist.
combos.
Just
$5.99.
Yeah.
just like through your thigh, left arm, gut, and it's like in a second, like the second you get in there, and then you just turn around, you're like, no, and
No,
then,
yeah. Stab, stab, stab. Well, found the stabbing room.
so you turn around, and the athletics check is to unseal the aperture
Oh.
from.
Don't you get out?
Exactly. So you just reach in, claws like into the middle, and just basically like break it.
Yeah.
So now it is kind of open and not fully closed. Is that how do you feel about that?
I don't care. I don't know what's going on. I'm in a random room.
Jeez.
I was not nothing was explained to me. Some halfling was just like, "Hey, get in there, get in that room."
And you were like, okay.
And I was like, "Will do." And then I got half my life points taken away.
That's
I don't know who to be mad at. You know,
It's
I'm
their
mad.
fault.
I'm mad at that halfling, but at the same time, I'm kind of like,
I respect it.
That was pretty good. That was pretty funny.
He got me.
He got me. Cut to him just mopping up poop in what we've now found out was the nursery. Aww.
No.
And then back to me, bleeding.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. So you had your adventure.
Yeah, that was fun.
Dungeons and Dragons.
We'll never know what that room was really for.
No. So the 3 halflings inside redoubled their efforts to manage whatever entity they're testing themselves against inside, but you're done.
Yeah.
This happens like in the shot over your shoulder. It's blurry.
Yeah.
They saved money on this shot. Cthulhu Straub,
Yes.
you have been provided with a the library portion of the library.
Okay. Can't wait.
Concentric rings of books, eventually with sort of like slits in sort of the cardinal directions, broken up by subject.
I want to understand I want to have the level of knowledge that they seem to possess about the Sangolith's like mechanisms. How did they know how to hunt it? How did they come upon the inverse? Actually, so the inverse.
The inverse is not theirs.
That's not theirs, right? So
No.
what's their technique going to be? Are they aware of the inverse?
Well, their original plan, as you may recall, I think it was the last episode. I think it was the episode before. Their plan, which you advocated against, and it sounds as though you might have gained some traction. Their plan is to be the last one standing.
To just hide out. Right.
So it's the opposite.
It's like in a battle royale when you're just camping.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm going to camp for the last circle.
No,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, Victory Royale comes up on the screen.
Yeah.
They fell off.
Because they had a mishap.
Yeah. That would be a perfect outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know how
So you want to research.
So surely, let's research this. Surely, once they had waited everybody out, however many zillion generations it could take, what was the plan then? Did they think that far ahead? Or was it just about hiding most effectively? Even understanding how they are able to hide from it is super valuable. But had they accounted for having to hide for that long?
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think would be a good... Let's take a look at your sheet here. I mean, in a library of sufficient size, I would say athletics would be the right choice.
Oh,
Maybe.
interesting.
Well, yeah, in D&D 6e, you can use athletics for any check.
That's perfect
true.
for me. Actually, I want to see whether or not, because there is a. Oh, I wonder if it's on here
about-
or not.
Like, this is an actual mechanic in D&D to do like a wisdom athletics check. Have you ever done that before?
This sounds
Very fun.
yeah.
It's
She's
very
tipping
fun.
her 6e hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's gonna
this is 5e. This is 5e. Not a lot of people do it, but I love the idea of like the wisdom of being able to find a book and the athleticism to find that
Yeah,
book.
exactly.
right?
About this, yeah, that's tender.
So what would you give me for this? Because this is the first time I've actually ever used this.
Oh, yeah.
It's my background description for Cthulhu is cloistered scholar, and it is free and easy access to the majority of the library, though it might also have repositories of lore that are too valuable, magical, or secret to permit anyone else immediate access. You have a working knowledge of your cloister's personnel bureaucracy, sure, of which there's like one member. You are likely to gain preferential treatment at other libraries across the realms as professional courtesy shown to a fellow scholar.
That is incredible.
Dude, this is
So perfect.
this is exquisite.
We've never been to a library before.
You got that library clout.
Yeah,
Finally paying
finally.
off.
I looked around for somebody who works here.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to flash this badge.
Yeah, this is gonna be dope as hell. Josh, if you'd be so kind.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Library culture in.
Yeah, this is it's a library
You find a
called-
book. All right, Josh, turn it off.
Yeah, you find a book, all right, the one you want. And another one you don't want, but you can't let go of it. It's sticky. No,
It reads you.
what do you think about that?
Shadow Council. Thanks for joining us.
D&D Black Mirror.
Oh, you're getting read by this book, but you don't like it.
Yeah.
It leaves a bad review on Goodreads.
Sorry, I just snorted really loud into my microphone.
All right, that's fine. For the podcast, Kate was happy.
Okay.
So you approach the central. You approach the sort of like the central ring, which itself is more of a low table. Understand that the mid-height table for the halfling is distinct, perhaps, from a taller table.
Superior.
Yeah, well,
In some ways.
Yeah, well, yeah, advantageous. Good for CrossFit style drills, step training. There is a single person in the center of it, thinking very, very hard. How do you address them?
I march up as I forget my form. So I'm imagining like a blood strewn, like battle plate clad, but also with a loincloth that I think probably fell off at some point. Like Amazon.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Just stalks up to that desk and says, "Where?" Says, "Hello, friend. Where is your knowledge regarding the adversary and how to defeat it?"
She says, "That is the purpose of this library."
I will.
He says,
I will
unless
have it
you
then."
are quite skilled in the ways of a library, you may not find a book that is not on that topic.
I take that as
When
a
one
challenge.
addresses the library, it is the same way one addresses a field of marshaled troops.
Oh.
And if you imagine, young lady, that there is a universe in which I will allow you to touch my books, unwashed as you are, you're mistaken.
Roll initiative.
Intimidate.
I'm sorry for wasting your time. I go.
Back down immediately.
I go behind a bookshelf, mask of many faces. Come back too fast. Clean. Just the old Cthulhu form. But notedly, like a little shine to all the old garb. Looks good. It's better than it's ever looked before.
You think that this person has a novel relationship with time? And might not notice just how fast this has occurred.
Oh, okay.
And she says, yes, good and proper. Now you may address the troops.
But they still know it's the same person.
So she locks her fingers behind the small of her back and leads you out to address this gathered throng. So you have a personal assistant to find books in this place. Thanks, Josh.
Oh my God, are you going to yell at these books?
Yes.
Thank you so much, my dear
100%.
friend.
And as we're walking out to, say the area of research I'm interested in is in, disguising oneself from being visible to the Sangolith. And I will turn to this librarian in a lower tone and say,
Lieutenant?
"Oh, that's the address to me? Okay. What is your title?"
Librator.
Librator.
Lipitor? Oh.
Lipitor.
Ask your doctor.
Yeah.
I can do things I was never able to. I can run my kids above my head. Do you ever feel that books are too slow?
Too slow.
They task us. They offer us so much, one page at a time. Yes, I agree. These books shall be yelled at. It's insufferable.
That's the spirit. And so she casts a baleful gaze on a shelf in the middle distance, addresses it. Excuse me a moment. Addresses it, makes some adjustments to the books.
At ease.
Returns flushed, full of research vigor, and says, "Your topic of study again?"
Stealth management techniques, as relates to the adversary.
Stealth management.
Perfect. She says, "You'll find an irony here." And she walks up to the end. So as I've suggested, each of these rings, there's paths that, imagine the concentric rings that go out from the center where you found her, right? Each of the rings is sort of broken at what we would consider cardinal directions.
Yeah.
So there's passages through. In the middle, she addresses the end of one of these curved shelves, knocks on it, and it splits, revealing another row of books inside.
Stealth books.
And she says, that may still not be refined enough for our purpose. Stealth management techniques.
Not just short duration, but the long project. Generational stealth.
Genetic stuff.
Maintained over. Yeah, what is, I want to understand the way in which this craft will succeed.
I see. She mutters at a few books nearer to the end, suggesting that perhaps they are not in proper formation.
and near the center, she says, I think that you should start here. And the volume that she removes has a blank spine and a blank cover.
Mm-hmm.
And then she whispers into the binding briefly. You can see her teeth. And she hands you the book.
Still blank to me?
No, it's full of text.
Oh, okay.
She says, what will you leave in its place?
I'm new to this library. What is customary? What is sufficient?
She says, our general trade is in information. Is there a topic upon which you have something of value?
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Settle in.
Just
Cracks.
Uncracked fingers, like first crack.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Incredible. For a time, as this is a loan, I assume.
Indeed.
Have I retrieved I have not retrieved the bag yet. Because
No,
what I would
Paris
offer,
has it, yeah.
what I would offer, and I'll explain, like, I have my belongings on this vessel. I have many notes I have taken regarding a language that I'm curious if has been encountered by your group. It's simple to perform with a single hand upon the moment of death. And over time, it accretes information. Imagine if every body dead on a field, natural causes, war, disease, each one represented a single letter in the longest and greatest novel ever composed. Would this interest you?
Buy my ebook.
I was going to say, buy my book.
4.2 stars. There's 2 people that got mad because they didn't get it. It was because of a delivery issue. Yeah. It's still a good book.
She says, yes, I think I know where that book would go. And so she looks at the book and at you, says, alone, bring it back. You may make a copy, but bring it back.
With certainty. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And so when you open the first page of the book, just errant to glance inside, you have a very odd sensation of observation. So imagine that, but it's observing you, but it can't get at what you're reading.
Do I have that sense?
Yes, you know that it wants it, but you are currently able to keep it separate from what's looking in.
I thought you said the book was reading. I was like, oh shit, the book is reading him. You're being observed by the book.
I'm not going to read some real dumb books. Let him in for that.
Do you have any books about wrong ideas?
That I didn't write.
Yucky stuff.
Do you have any books about how this Sangolith is this big, dumb idiot and he smells and everybody thinks he smells bad?
Or stuff that would help him. And then he thinks we're going to do stuff that help him.
Yeah.
He thinks we're coming with a present.
Right.
Right? We have a present for the Sangolith and read it.
Yeah. Do I get the sense that in this observation, do I get the sense that there's a part of me that where I'm exerting force to keep it out? Or is it some incompatibility?
No, it is definitely like an instinctual defensive crouch, but it is mental.
Okay. I close the book. I'm going to have to find somebody to help me do this.
To read to you?
Yeah.
Before bed.
I'm not ready to do it this way, in case I land on something crucial that it can absorb. Am I being? Is the Liberator watching me? Do they expect me to finish reading? Because it might look off.
Oh no, there is so much bad form on these shelves.
Oh.
There is so much to There is so much to censure. They've grown lax. These books.
I'm going to. Am I allowed to leave with this?
Absolutely.
Okay, I just have to bring it back. Okay, yeah. I will.
I mean, think about what it would take for you to get off of here. I mean, it's like imagine a library you can't leave. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, if only.
You take it where you want. We'll find you. Yeah, I will then. I will leave this space, but I will just carry the book with me because I'm not ready to crack it open yet.
You don't want to be part of that.
I need to find, and then the puzzle in my mind is, how do I read a thing without reading it? How do I absorb something without absorbing it?
That would be probably just as enjoyable to Cthulhu.
Yeah,
anything else.
That keeps them busy.
It's a book he can edge, essentially.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah,
you're like staying.
I'm spending time with the.
Wow. Each crack. Now, we will return now to our sister act, now in session.
Sister Act 2.
Sister Act 2. It was good. It was good.
That's good.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Why is there won't be in more movies? She's good. She's pretty good.
I know.
So, you think that you've actually been to this layer and done this specific thing before?
What?
Like now she's repeating herself.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, so
Whereas before she might have like moved a fork slightly, now the fork has returned to its original place. It's hard to say which is the right one.
So Rosie never knew Sorrel as a child, but she did have brothers. And so she just stops stubbornly in the middle of the hallway, crosses her arms, and she goes, "No, we're not doing this anymore. That's enough.
There's one more.
No.
We can't leave the forks like this.
The forks are fine. They will wait.
Some of the forks are fine. I will give you that. But there are some forks that can't be born.
Tell you what, we can do that right after. Right after this, we're gonna do the forks. Okay? Come on. She starts tugging her. Come on.
She like shoulders down. She trudges out, and begins walking rightward up the long stair.
Does this feel like she's going in a new place? Oh boy. Perception?
Yep.
That's a nat 18, dirty 20.
No, it's not the right way.
Oh no! What? You want me to roll low?
No,
you're like
Oh, I
no,
can tell
yeah,
she's
exactly.
going the wrong way.
yeah.
Okay.
Even though the trudge is there,
Right.
like it's all there.
It's a convincing trudge.
Oh my gosh.
I go, nice try. Give it another shot. Not buying this one. We've trudged too many times. I can tell when it's a real trudge. Come on. It's not going to be that bad. Lying.
Yes, lie. Roll to lie. In about the middle of the blue stack, she adopts some more. Now that we are approaching the field of battle, her posture has returned, and as she enters into this lair and invites you along with her, there's already people there waiting to talk to her.
Okay.
Up front. So this is something like it's broken up. It's like a hospital ward. So it's sort of like individual circular spaces that just exist out in this sort of just a constellation type configuration in here.
Okay. These people who want to talk to her, they try to rush her and talk to her, and
Yeah.
Rosie immediately is like, "No, we have business. This, whatever this is, this can wait. This can wait." And she's saying it to Sorrel as much as these other halflings. She's like, "No more excuses. We need to talk to him right now." Where is he? I'm gonna start looking around.
All right, but you can see Sorrel is like just looking directly at one
Okay,
in the
I follow her gaze.
in the
then.
distance.
Okay.
She's gonna walk out in front.
Okay.
As you enter into this room, he is lying on a small bed, asleep.
Okay.
There's like a tray of pungent teas and poultices next to the bed, but he is completely unconscious.
He looks stable though, like nothing.
Yeah, he's breathing. He is breathing gently, occasionally wincing wherever he is.
Okay.
But he is not conscious and maybe not ready to be conscious.
Well, okay.
Sorrel breathes a sigh of relief.
This is a
See, it wasn't as bad as you thought it was going to be.
This is a temporary stay. He has to be awoken. He has to know about this.
She's like, maybe we can practice.
Yeah?
Maybe we can practice this now, so that when we have to do it.
You want to do some role playing?
Yeah, I think that would be helpful for me.
Okay.
And she says, have you ever had to do anything like this?
Role play? Not outside, not out of doors where people can see.
No, Rosie. Give somebody this kind of news. And she says, hey, Dad, it's all a lie. It's kind of you got lied to by people who hated you, and then they killed everyone you knew for nothing.
Okay, so I'm Papa in this situation, all right.
Well, Sorrel, I abandoned my family on my home planet, so I don't give much of a shit about being lied to. I'm a bit of a liar myself, as it turns out.
I'm no big city lawyer.
Big city liar.
I'm a big city liar.
She's like, so what do you think? Was that good? Just
was
like come out with it, just like
Yeah, it was
get the
perfect.
poison out.
Yeah, perfect.
Just get the poison out.
Yep. Light is the best disinfectant.
Here, so you try one.
Okay.
You try one, and then I'll.
You be Papa.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm Sorrel. Or am I me? Or am I you?
You're you.
Okay.
You're
I'm
you.
Me, and you're Papa.
You're you being me.
Okay. All right.
You're you as me.
Okay.
And I am Papa.
Okay.
As Papa.
All right. All right.
Hello, Papa.
Hey.
I'm Sorrel Tobnook.
No.
And I'm a dork, I'm a nerd.
This
I love
isn't-
books. And
This is not.
I got...
You're not in character. You're not. You have to meet me in the middle. This is the rule of improv.
Anyway, the homeward star is... the light is coming from it at you know what, it's boring, the science of it. I don't want to get into it, but... There's only one star left, and it's been so long since I read a book.
How's that?
Wow.
Now you be Papa.
Your sister, Sorrel.
I'm
you're Sorrel?
I'm Sorrel.
Sorrel, that doesn't. You're much smarter than that. I think that you should try it again.
Well, I'm just a no-good Tobnook.
There is a cough from the. There's like a pained cough from the bed, and his hand goes down over his chest and says, "Oh, girls, no, no, no. It's too funny. Don't do it. Don't do it anymore. Don't do the Tomuk voice. I mean,
In this voice.
not here. This is their ship, honey.
But I'm right, though. Am I right?
Well, yeah, you know you're right, and she knows you're right. Sorrel says, Dad, there's something I need to tell you. And he says, right now? And she says, anytime.
Nope, right
is
now.
Fine.
Nope, she's
We
wrong.
can
It
do it
needs to be right now. Yes.
anytime in the
Papa?
next week
Sorrel?
is good for me. And you seem sick. You seem ill.
Sorrel. If you don't tell him, I'm going to tell him. And I think it's better coming from you, because I don't understand most of what you said.
She says, Papa, I think the adversary's work is nearly done, and I think that when we look out there, what we're seeing is like a lie from the Sangolith. I think that it is lying to us about how many planets are still there. I think it is lying to us about how much home is left for us to save.
I say, Papa, she showed me what's left. She has a way of seeing what's actually there, and there's only one. There's only one that hasn't been consumed.
He scoots a little bit farther back in the bed and then leans up with some pain, and he holds an arm out for each girl. And he brings them in so close. And he says, you'll see.
Oh, Papa, this isn't like some kind of
You'll
faith.
see when we get there. You'll see when we get there.
What will we see? Papa, you can't be in denial about this. This is real.
How do you know that that's not the lie from the adversary? Sweetheart, you don't know that. You can't know that.
Rosie looks to Sorrel helplessly for some kind of assistance on this.
She says, I did it. And she leaves the room.
So glad I didn't have sisters. Gosh, she's frustrating. How'd you raise that one? What a mess.
He's like, I should have raised her more. That's the problem with that one. So what did she tell you?
Oh, she told me all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But, and listen,
Yeah.
Tonux.
Well, listen, that's all you gotta say.
Do you like my impression?
Well, it was. I thought there was two of her in here for a little while
yeah.
because I woke up.
I'm a master.
And I was like, okay, I don't know. Is it a clone parthenogenesis? I don't know how it works. So he says.
What if she's right?
He says, if she is right, we will still have done what we set out to do. And when it comes for someone else's home, we'll be ahead of it.
Okay. That's good enough for me.
He places his forehead on your forehead. And he says, how's your ship?
Ain't much left. Not much left of any of them, actually. I think that the fleet is pretty much scuttled. Boat word.
That is like that's just a punch to the gut.
Yeah.
And he loses a couple inches of height, but then tries to regain that admiral quality. You can see it, but it seems like it's like he's wearing his dad's coat or something. Like it's just like it's a glamour. He says, "I'm feeling a little tired. I need to be ready."
I'll let you rest. Do I see the horseperson bag here?
Yeah. It's laying. It's sort of like hanging off the side of the post.
Okay. I indicate it, and I say the weapon is still within this, right?
Yeah. He says, "Keep it away from your friend."
Really?
really.
Okay. It seems like it's something that we should guard, and with him going in and out of consciousness.
He says, bring it to Sorrel.
Okay. She is someone I think could be tempted to inaction very easily. Many times. But I will.
He coughs.
Trust her.
He coughs a couple more times and then just like nods in the affirmative.
Okay.
Can I get a perception roll from you?
I'll take advantage.
Oh, why not?
Oh, that's
Holy
20.
shit! Wow.
You know I couldn't do a show without.
No. I had to do it to him.
I'm gonna do.
Yeah, do it too. Maybe two. Okay.
Hey,
But
that's a two.
Same.
You called it.
A baker's 20.
Yeah. Shadow Council, may our labors please you. Womp, 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 as they say. Your servant, Rosie Beestinger, offer you that boon. I guess we're through our treasures.
We're out of stuff. I don't know. I got like $10 on me.
Yeah,
Give him that hat.
Yeah,
Just,
we
I
will.
love this hat. Give anyone this hat.
We will make sure that you are 100% honored. Just coming from like every crevice, there's just a little whisper.
In the bag.
No, just from around you.
Oh.
Like you can hear it just creeping out of like the space beneath the bedpost and the floor.
Okay.
The lip of a drawer.
Does it feel like it's coming from the shadows being emanated from this room?
Yeah, it is just the word hello.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna put you on hold, Dad. I get another call coming in.
He nods and lies his head back.
Okay. So
Once you like turn your attention to it, you can hear it again in another place.
okay.
And it's like sort of like
Leap from
point to
around.
point.
Okay. So I'll follow it, and I'm whispering back like, "Hello, I hear you. Hello, hello."
you are following it around and around and around until you find a aperture on the coil that doesn't go left or right, that goes into the central area where the bough of coriander is held
Oh.
by these maniples
Okay.
that are sort of like holding it in place. And then it's like at that door is where you hear the whisper.
Okay. I'll reach for the door, and I keep saying like, "Hello, my friend. Hello, hello."
Yeah. So, and as you push out, you've seen before because you can look in from the outside. People can work in here. It's similar to the combat arena that Donaar saw. People can move around in here. They just sort of push themselves off things.
Okay.
And so out in the center of this, that's where the sound seems to be coming from.
Okay.
Just from the bow. From the bow itself.
Just the bough of coriander. Okay. How far away from me is the bough?
Here in the center, it's probably a float of about 150 feet.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna jump and push off and take
It's
myself
getting louder and louder the closer you get.
there. Okay. So I keep repeating like, "Hello, Saib, my friend."
Once you get out to the ship, you can't hear it anymore.
Oh. Okay.
It was leading you to the ship.
I see. But I'm still asking for him. I'm trying to reach him.
And the voice is receded.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you can see, Coriander's proud face. Most of the, obviously most of the ship is gone, but you've repaired parts of the ship before.
That's true. That's true. But I feel like I'm a little underpowered.
You have the assist from
Okay.
From someone here.
Okay.
So just being out here, just the relationship that you have with Coriander,
Right.
and that intimacy that allowed you command of that
is your sense of that as being connected to you physically is still there. You could close your eyes and know every plank of it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you have felt its wounds yourself.
When it was destroyed, did I feel that in my body? I don't think I ever got to roleplay that out.
It's
but-
when you're on the
on the deck.
the helm is when you feel it the most, but you have an awareness and an intimacy with it.
I see. So does it feel right now like I don't exist from the neck down? While I'm
No,
on this thing?
no. It isn't like that. Out here by it, you know the full shape of it.
I see. Okay. And where's Coriander, the flesh beast?
The flesh beast has been deposited somewhere on one of these layers.
Okay.
Turned into meatballs.
Yeah, too many meatballs. It'll get you every time.
Turned into meatballs.
Oh, turned into meat. It's made out of horse.
Yeah.
Okay, so
IKEA.
then from standing on the helm of this ship, Rosie realizes what Sive is trying to get her to do, and she says, "Well, thank you, but you still owe me a lot of lessons. This trick is getting a little old. I'm ready for a fresh one any day now." And she calls the shadows from the lip of the drawer, from beneath the bedpost, from the underside of.
This is legitimately beautiful.
Thanks, Jerry. From the underside of the ship, everywhere that she has seen shadows, the shadow cast by her father in his bed when he looks so small and frail there. She's pulling every single shadow she's noticed from the corners of this weird ship.
And they're just coalescing, like drawn to the staff of the master.
Cool. So once enough energy has pooled around the staff of the master, which I imagine looks like a growing tornado, like the width of it is just getting bigger and bigger until it envelops her.
Yeah, because as we described before, the staff itself is made of more shadow than it looks like.
Right, yeah.
So it's suffused. Like
yeah.
it can't fold any more into it.
Right. It makes me think of, imagine a dark cotton candy machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A malevolent
yes.
carnival, a dark carnival.
Oh, yeah.
The Great
Great
Malenko.
Malenko, yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Or is his name?
Wicked Clown.
Yeah.
So once that energy has gathered, and it's completely, if anybody's seeing it, that like she disappears into this whirling vortex of shadow as well. And with her eyes closed, she pounds the staff of the master on what's left of the helm, and the shadow just shoots out and rebuilds this ship. But this time, the way that it's built is it has elements of the cart that she and her family have been traveling in for so many years. So this ostentatious cart that she
Professes to hate.
Gothic cart, but now like there are those accents and elements along like the railings. There's these like Baroque ornamentations, and the whole ship itself is now black, like this matte black.
Except
with
for
a
this golden prow.
This helm with Coriander's head, and the masts are built as also matte black, but with golden sails. And it's dope as hell.
Delicious. So that'll be the scene that we leave this game on. Shadow Council, may our labors please you. What a great pleasure it has been to spend this time. Hey, we're going to go do what we do in these intervening periods, and we're going to return back to the table.
And Amy's going to be here, right?
No, only this crude facsimile. This crude facsimile, Amy.
Dump
But
it.
we'll burn it in effigy.
Good idea.
Yes, exactly.
We are going to burn it in
Demolish her.
effigy. Yeah.
No, it's going to be awesome. Hang around. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.